Okay, all love sent out comes back multiplied. So also all hate sent out goes back multiplied. But we send it to God and then He takes care of it. We have the diamond spider. Spiders signify change. My diamond spider. Spirit World wants me to talk about one little paragraph, X-ray technology. And they wanted me to tell you that any of you out there that think everything is not being seen is wrong. Everything is being seen. So if you are practicing anything dark, they're seeing it. And that's why the divinely protected, the chosen ones, aren't being affected, because St. Michael and your spirit team step in. If you're doing good and you feel like nobody sees you, you're paying it forward, you're all love and light, you're doing all kinds of good things, but you don't feel that nobody is seeing it, we are seeing it. Okay? So, all love sent out comes back multiplied. Now, the paragraph I want to read is out of this book, and it says, although some scientists had recently come up with a clever idea of using X-ray technology to pierce into the dark matter, and ironically, have recently detected colonies, civilizations, and evidence of life forms in the missing matter using X-ray technology. So even for the scientists that may not believe that the spirit world is watching everything, they're using their X-ray technology. Okay, randomly at the bottom of the tarot deck, we're going to use the biblical tarot deck today, is the Three of Feathers, which is the Three of Swords. But that was just random, so that's a random energy of heartbreak, feeling like I said, you're doing all good and it seems like the evil is winning and you're not even being seen. Well, everybody's being seen. Now, the movie I watched yesterday was called The New Mutants, and it came out in 2020. And that movie, they were being monitored all the time. And they were being monitored by the evil ones so that they could not get their powers to come to fruition, and they were going to use the powers for evil. Well, what happens in the end of every movie? Yep, the good wins. So you'll have to watch that movie and know that everything is being seen. It's being seen by scientists and it's being seen by the spirit world. So there's nothing to fear except fear itself, right? You heard that one before. Okay, and the point I'm trying to make is that there's been a lot of people trying to do things thinking they're getting away with it, but they're not. And there's a lot of people doing a lot of good thinking nobody cares, and they do. Okay, that's where they want me to leave it. We've got on the bottom of the deck, I'm seeing which way so it's not upside down. We have the Two of Candles, which is the Two of Swords, kind of leaving off where we left off yesterday then, where I said you had a decision to make, and that decision is mostly in your head, not being put into action. But they want you to bring it down into action, knowing that everything is being seen. So if everything's being seen, you have the green light. If you like to know more, it's this 2 card. It's the Elijah on Mount Carmel. If you like to look up stories, you can look up that story. And the Bible verse is 1 Kings 18:21. Elijah went before the people and said, "How long will you waver between 2 opinions? If the Lord is God, follow him. If Baal is God, follow him." So pretty much everything I just said showed up on this card. Isn't that awesome? And isn't that wild? You're either going to follow the good or you're going to follow the bad. It's that simple. And whatever you're doing, it's being seen. So, and for that card to come out, you saw me shuffle, cut the deck a million times. You've seen it, not a million times, of course, but yeah, biblical tarot deck. So what you gonna do? 2 of Swords. Now, what's fueling that is number 14, which is Temperance, which is the Angel card, which is Mary and Martha energy. Okay? So once again, that's backing up the exact same thing I said. Are you going to be Mary or Martha? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you'll have to check out Mary and Martha, the story. So we've got Elijah on Mount Carmel, and we've got Mary and Martha energy. So everything I just said got backed up by them 2 cards. I listen to Astro. I'm in Astro more than I am here. They tell me what cards to pick. They tell me what movies to watch. They tell me what songs to present. They tell me what to do with this cosmic origin book that I'm reading. And for you that follow me, you know that because I had taped some Star Trek or some Star Wars movies, and I read out of page 109 in this book, and we were only on page 4. And I didn't even know I did that till after the fact. So really pay attention to my readings. They're very highly ranked, highly spiritual. So we've got Elijah on Mount Carmel. Check that out. 1 Kings, Mary and Martha story. Who you going to follow? So that's the whole theme. I could stop right now and just shut it off because you got your message, right? You really did. The message is you're either going to work for the good or you're going to work for the bad. There's no in between anymore because we see everything. Now, there was a time where we let you be in that middle area because we wanted you to learn your lessons and pick what you wanted. Did you learn your lesson enough? Did you touch the stove enough times and get burnt to realize that you don't need to touch the stove no more? Okay, and look at what's on that card. Fire, right? And I just heard that analogy. It's a thought that I get implanted and then I speak it. So again, there was a gray area at one time, but there is not a gray area anymore. It's either black or white. You're either good or bad. We separated the wheat from the chaff. So now you've got this group doing good. You've got this group doing bad. No more sitting on the fence. That timeline's gone. Okay? Realize it, people. Okay? You can't play in the middle no more. So anyway, so you're doing this shit and you think nobody cares, you don't think nobody sees, or you're doing this shit that's evil and you think that nobody is seeing. I can't stress that enough. You're in for a big tower moment. Okay, underneath the Temperance card, we're going to go one more deeper. The card's in reverse. So we've got the 7 of Cups in reverse. So what that's telling me with the 7 of Chalices in reverse is you had lots of options. It's backing up what I just said. You've had lots of options. You've had a lot of touching the stoves and getting burnt. And then you had to decide whether you were going to go with, like Elijah said. Elijah went before the people and said, "How long will you waver between two opinions? If the Lord is God, follow him. But if Baal is God, follow him." 1 Kings 18:21. Okay? You've had plenty of time of being Martha or Mary. Are you more worried about how your house looks than this message? Or are you more into the message of the Spirit than you are your housework? That's just to put it simple. So the Seven of Cups is in reverse because your options are over. And just what I said in the card backs it up. Seven of Cups in reverse. Okay, so that's enough on that. Let's go on the top. What's the other message you want to talk about here? Well, we've got the Page of Candles, which is the Page of Swords in reverse also. So let's see why it's in reverse. Miriam's praise for God. Okay, well, that's real simple. You're not giving God enough praise. You're thinking that you're doing this. Especially the evil ones. The evil ones that are doing their curses, and they're trying to do their don't let the collective have their mission completed spells, to make it real simple. They just don't want you to win, right? We already won, but we have to go through till the end. Just like all the movies, right? They don't just win, they have to go through all kinds of shit before they win. Well, that's where we're at. We're going through that all kinds of shit moment. Okay, so praise God that we have divine protection. Keep going through the shit. Keep using your powers. They keep getting amplified. Okay? But the dark side, they're trying to please their master too. But it's all being seen and we win in the end. So if you can just keep that in your forefront, it's kind of like with the New Mutants, you know. They knew they had to break free somehow, but they had to go through a lot of shit to break free. Okay, then we have the Strength card. Daniel in the Lion's Den, number 8. Yeah, that's the kind of belief and trust you have to have, is Daniel in the Lion's Den story, where he just said, it's okay, whatever you do to me is fine. I'm also thinking of the story where they put them people in the furnace, and the furnace didn't burn them. Daniel was thrown in a lion's den and didn't get ate by the lions. And in the movie The New Mutants, it's really cool because in the end, you'll see this energy of wild beasts being tamed by the mutants. It's cool, you know. I love feral cats, feral animals, and I can tame them, and I love that kind of energy. It's a strength energy, but again, the opposite side is using it too. They're trying to make you think that you aren't strong enough. They're wanting you to doubt yourself. If they can get you to doubt yourself and not praise God, just what we read, then they're winning. And then they think that they can somehow, they're not being seen, and they can somehow try to attack your heart or your mission or your health, and they can't do it. They can't do it. That's why it's like all the movies, in the end, the good wins. But anyway, we are living one big movie. Okay, then we have the 10 of Pentacles, Genesis 13:15, God's promise to Abraham. So you want to look that up because that's our promise. All the land that you see I will give to you and your offspring forever. Well, we are the offspring of Abraham. And I was just listening to that group yesterday, I think it was, Offspring. So you might want to check that group out. But offspring, okay? We are the offspring. We are going to get our promise. So that was just a wrap up of God telling us that we will get our reward. We do win in the end. Okay? And then we have Queen of Cups. If you stay in love, right? Queen of Cups. Hannah, mother of faith. 1 Samuel 27 through 28. I prayed for this child, and the Lord granted me what I asked of him. So now I give to the Lord, for his whole life will be given over to the Lord. So that's just saying we have been protected, we've been promised, we've been working for God in all these lifetimes. Don't give up now. Keep praising. Don't give up now. Card 13. Okay, so you got a lot there. You got Hannah. You have, I wanted to read something else on this Seven of Chalices that was upside down. It says, The Temptation of Christ. That was a really good movie. All of this I will give you, he said, if you bow down and worship me. Matthew 4:9. You know, when I said our decisions are over, we've already made our decision whether we're going to do the Queen of Cups route or we're going to do Satan's route. This was in reverse, so that's telling us that, again, the wheat has been separated from the chaff. So whatever you're doing, you're either doing it for good or for bad. All right? And The Temptation of Christ is another movie that you might want to check out. So you've got Bible verses, you've got movies, you've got even some music was thrown in there. So some science, a daily affirmation. You might want to watch this one more than once because there was a lot in there. Okay, you guys, I'm Miss Mystic. Thank you for listening.